Go live. I think I'm live. Perfect. I think I'm live. Yes, I am live. Hi guys. Hi everybody. Hi Kari. I hope you're doing okay. I see your name here. We're gonna give it a few minutes before we flip the camera because today we're gonna do something fun and it's gonna take quite a bit of time. Give me 1 second. Let me just stretch to get my phone. I have to come to the dining room table because it's bigger. And if you guys could see my table right now, you guys would probably be like, oh my gosh, like my table is full of stuff. It's organized, but it's full of stuff. But how you guys doing? Hi, Sonia. I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, you see my pictures here. They're ready to be scrapbook. And I have some pieces there. That's how I keep my stuff organized. But how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. I think it's Heather helping us today. So I'm just waiting for her to come back. Hi everybody. See somebody. Oh, what you mean is that California? That's good. I mean, I'm here in Toronto. The weather's finally changing. It's been raining a lot here, which means but we're not hot. But that means that it's humid. And the humidity, it's like, well, I think I've talked to you guys before about this. Hi, Heather. Is that my mother has very curly hair, like super curly hair. So my hair has to be very frizzy. And I don't like the hair. Yeah, so it's Heather. So I don't do well in the summer or in the heat, even though I come from a tropical country. So, but we are going to but it's beautiful right now. The weather right now, it's beautiful. It's on the 20s, which is, I don't know what's that in Fahrenheit, but it's beautiful. But hello everyone. Hola from Chile. Hola. Like I said, I'm gonna flip the camera because there's gonna be quite a bit to do. I was chatting with Heather last week and I said, I think we should do a mini album. There is a lot of pieces that I have. I think a lot of us have left over from the collections. So I'm gonna flip the I know, curly hair. I should share a picture of what my hair looks like. Well, this is already tame, but like when I come out of the shower, it's humid. It's it's not that nice. But we're gonna flip the camera because, like I said, it's gonna take us maybe a little bit longer than an hour. I did quite a bit of work ahead of schedule, but we are going to try to, and if I don't finish, I'll finish outside of the camera and then just post like a video so you guys see the walkthrough of this. But we're gonna create right now. Can you hear me? I think the sound is fine. I checked the sound, everything's fine. So, okay. So I'm gonna flip the camera. We're gonna get started because, trust me, you're gonna be like, what are we going to do? And it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna show you like I said, I'm gonna show you how I build it. I might not get to decorate the whole thing, but I want you to have the idea of how you can build it too. And then, like I said, I'll probably do like a walkthrough video so you can see everything, how, it works. So hold on. There we go. It worked. And my tape just fell down. So today we're going to work on an accordion style mini album. Okay, so let me just tie my hair so it's out of the way because it needs to be out of the way. So I've already done a little bit of work. Okay, so let's start putting this together because it is going to take us a long time. So if you have been to my lives before, or a lot of you might be new, welcome. In December, we created a 2-part mini album that is like a tag style album. So we created how to do the backgrounds. Now, I know that some of you might not have time to go back to it, and some of you might be like, okay, I did it. So I'm going to tell you the dimensions of this. So to make it super simple, I am going to use an A2 card for my signatures, okay? So that means that my chipboard here was, see, I was good. I made notes. It's cut to 4 1/4 by 5.5. Okay, and I'm using chipboard because it's going to be the base of my background, of my album. It is not going to have like chipboard on the 2 sides. It is just going to have one on the background. So again, the chipboard size is 4 1/4 inches in width by 5.5 inches in height. Now the paper, this is from Life Right Now. It's got to 5 inches in width by 6 1/4 in height. Okay. I've already gone ahead and I'm going to show you closer. I've cut the little corner, just a little bit of a curvature, a tiny bit. That just helps when you fold the paper. Okay. So what I like to use to create like, a nice crease on my folders. So I like to use on my folds is to use like what do you call this? A scoring board. At least forgetting stuff. So I'm just gonna score the edges. Just to give you a crisp, clean line. Okay. Okay, and then I know that this made a lot of people laugh last, like, in December when we did it, but I actually use to hold my pages together. I actually use school glue. I don't know what you call this. I should read it. It's a glue stick. Okay, you can use any type. And I like to make sure that I put plenty of it, that it looks like snot. I know that people are gonna laugh and be like, but literally it works. I know that a few of you last time when we made a mini said that liquid glue works fine too, and it does. I just find it that this because it's pretty much dry, it holds the paper better, and I'm able to like squish with my bone folder or whatever you have in this case, and nothing is seeping out. So I hope that works. Okay, I'm just trying to, if I'm moving X, I'm trying to read the comments. So I have to move a little bit. So if the voice goes weak, it's because of that. So I'm just going to finish this. And like I said, I've done a little bit of the work ahead of time. I'm going to show you once I put this out of the way, because there's going to be quite a bit to do. Okay, so I have my back. And my back is literally, this is what's going to hold the accordion, because I'm going to make sure that I can pull the pages like this. Now, when I create the accordion, you can go and, do it on both sides, like embellish on both sides. I'm going to just do one side, but you can go ahead and do both. Okay, so I have my backing. I am not going to glue anything to it. I have a piece of string already. I have a white ribbon because I want to make sure that I can able to tie this. So it just gives you an idea. Okay, so let's clean the pieces that we don't have, because honestly, guys, my table is, you're going to see what I'm still doing and stuff. So I've already worked on my signatures and pattern paper that I have ready here. So let me set it to the side. You're going to see that my signatures, even though I said it's an A2 card, I left a little bit of space. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So this, let me move this out of the way because we don't need it for now. Okay. So this, as my white cardstock is going to be, I'm using white cardstock as my base. I am using the same cardstock that we use for foiling, that I use for foiling, which is, help me Heather with this, Hammermill color cover stock. I think it is 100 pound. I just find that it's a beautiful shade of white, super white, and is nicely and heavy, but not super heavy. It's just perfect for like a card panel and stuff like that. So I thought it would be perfect for this. It just has a little bit more body than just regular cardstock. I don't want something super rigid, so I thought this one would be great. Hello, Erin. So this paper here, I remember clearly, it's 8.5 inches in width, but it's only, if I'm not mistaken, instead of being 5.5, it's 5.25. So I cut it a quarter smaller than an A2 card. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Heather. And I have my glasses, but the laptop is a little bit far away from me, so it's harder for me to read your comment. So the way I'm going to score this, remember, like I said, when you have an A2 card, you usually fold it in half and you have like a middle seam. I want to leave a little space in between. So you have an idea. So these are my signatures. Okay, how they have the little space in between. They're not glued, they're not right in the half. And that's just going to give me space that I can add like dimensional pieces to it. I have it. So what I did is 4.25 will be here. I'm going to score it at 1/8. So it'll be 4 1/8 and 4 and 3/8 then. So that's where I'm going to score my cardstock. So that's it. Just going to create that little, I hope you can see it. There you go. You see, you have like around 1/2 inch space in between. That's where we're gonna use to be able to create our book. So let me just move this out of the way because we don't need it. Okay, so one fold and then folded the wrong way, but for the sake of time, it's gonna do. It's gonna drive me insane. And then we're gonna fold the other piece. Okay, so you're gonna have this. Okay, there we go. Let me just bring the rest that I have here ready. Okay, so I've cut a few. Again, like I said, I might not finish the whole thing today. We're gonna try, but they're already here. Now, my idea is let's start with the last one. And you're gonna see that I mess up on the folds here too. Okay, so I want to set this here to cover the back. Okay, so it's gonna be the beginning of my accordion. But to make sure that you actually have, somewhere that you can tie this together, because if you leave it loose, and again, completely up to you. So I prefer to have my albums closed. And if you guys know anything about me, I'm not a fan of mini albums. I like something a little bit bigger, but I do think that they're really, really super enjoyable to create. So I thought it'd be a great idea because I know a lot of you guys love mini albums. So gonna take my string, I'm around 25 inches. I'm gonna just split it in half. I'm gonna do the back of the album, so because then you guys know how a lot of these things get built. So I'm just going to tack it here, and for this, I'm actually gonna use my little words, my barely art glues, because I want to make sure that it's completely attached to the background. Now you can decide to do it in the middle, in the half. I'm gonna do it, even though I'm putting it here. I might even go a little bit lower. I don't want because I have the front of my album. Let me just show you what I did. And if you see the description that I have for all of, if you have the description, if you check the description, you're gonna find everything that I'm using today. Okay, so I am using the Shaker Hearts Essential die set to create the cover of my album. I already gone ahead and cut some of this. This is gonna be at the front in one of the cards. Okay, so that's what I'm using, the same paper for the background. This one here is from the 12 by 12. This one here is from the 6 by 6. Okay, so I want to make sure that when I put my string, I don't want to go in the middle. I'm thinking that I want it to be around here. So this is going to help me decide. So let me just get a pencil, because you guys know that I work great with pencils. So around there. Put this out of the way. Like I said, if you see my table, you guys will be like, oh my God, what is she doing? But I did. So I'm going to mark there. I'm going to take this paper over here to help me with this for now. So my string is going to go right there. So let's get some glue. Here, I'm going to make sure that my string goes flat on the background. And I'm just using, I think the ribbon came from Michael's. So nothing special. Or the dollar store. I don't know. I don't know how you guys keep it. I live in an apartment, so you guys know. So space is like a premium in my place. So instead I went in, what do you call it? I have somebody sent me for Christmas. I don't know who it was, but somebody sent me a vase, super tall, super, super tall. So I took all my spools of ribbon and I just dumped them in there. So it's easier for me to find it. Plus my mother, she's a seamstress. So you can imagine that we have a bit of string here. She's actually has a bucket, those, what do you call those containers on wheels? She has it underneath her sewing machine. So we have quite a bit of string. So all I'm doing again, I'm going back to my glue stick. I love my glue stick, like I said, for some reason, it works great when you're doing covers and you want to apply it literally. So it looks like snot on the paper. It literally looks like snot. Okay. And you can laugh all you want to. We had a little chuckle last time that I created my mini album in the winter. So I'm going to take my little, I have it already, and it's going to come this way. And again, whichever way you want to open the album, just plan that ahead, ahead of time. My album is going to open this way. So it just works that this one is going to sit here. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of center it, and I'm eyeballing this. So get a little bit higher. And like I said, guys, I'm eyeballing this because I have the camera right in front of me, so I cannot go on top of it. And I'm just gonna press on it a little. So if you see the table shaking, it's because I'm adding pressure to the page just to make sure that it glues. Okay, so we have the back of our album ready, the way that it's gonna close, set up. Now it's gonna be all about building this album. Okay, so like I said, once you create your signatures, again, choose as many as you want to. I have a few just to give you a few ideas what you can do. Hello, is it Lori? Hi. So I have a few. And again, if you have 8x, so just so you have the idea. Gonna grab a few back. So I have a few A2 cards that came in a package. So pretty much they fold like this. So the idea is of the accordions, fold a few, is that you're going to glue them like this. So think of it as 6N. Okay, the only difference that I created is that I have a little space so I can add dimension so that your pages are a little bit more even instead of having those albums that, if there's something that I always talk about, is having like an even surface and not having dips and valleys on your pages. So if you don't want to go ahead and have the dimension, you want something more flat, then just fold your papers in half and then just glue them like this. Okay. So I think that gives you a better idea. Okay, on my little shelf station. So I have so it's all going to be about just building this up. So you're going to see that I have them. I'm going to put them here so you see them. So if this one is opening the way, let's go this way. So this one is opening this way. First one. This one here is going to have to go that way. Okay. So now, here's where you have options. You can go either make it an interactive page and have pictures coming up, like there's a lot that you can do. So before we build all of this, we're going to build our card. Let's put it aside so it dries. Let this dry. Let's move this out of the way. So for my cover, like I said before, I want my album to, regardless, I want it to open this way. That means that there's going to be something else attached here. So when I open, this is going to go like that. Okay, like I said before, I've already gone ahead and actually cut my shaker for the cover for my shaker. This has to be a shaker, but I've used the Shaker Hearts essential die set to create this. Now, this piece of paper, if I'm not mistaken, is 5x4. So this is 5x4. I want to have a little frame throughout my album. So you're gonna see once it's the only thing about using like this little piece as creating this little channel is that it's harder to have something flat on the ground. So that's the only thing that you might find a little bit challenging with this. Okay, so but you see it's a little bit shorter. Okay, so I'm gonna save that. I've got extra hearts here, so let me just put this stuff away for now so it's a little bit clean on my table. And what I'm gonna use to decorate it, I've gone ahead and cut some of this here. I'm using the garden reed die set, and you're gonna see that I've cut it, but I left it in there because it's really tiny pieces. I thought about actually cutting the flowers, and then I was like, no, I want to use the flowers from the collection. We're gonna use a lot of Happy Heart and a little bit of Life Right Now. Most of the papers are gonna come from Life Right Now. The decorations are gonna come from Happy Heart. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna kind of pull this out. And I love white. I love a lot of white, but we're actually gonna add a little bit of color. And for that, I'm gonna use ink. So even though I have the flowers, I might not use them because they're honestly really tiny for the time that we have, but I do wanna use the leaves. Okay, so just because I think they're gonna fit nicely in the heart compared to the other ones. And it's gonna be more of a filler to what I have. Now here you can go with any title that you want to add it. My title is most likely going to go inside of here. And there's some flowers that are like some leaves that are super, super tiny. And I've used this die before for a project. And that's going to remember that the leaves are really tiny, but they make it for a beautiful like wreath at the front. But I don't want to use the wreath. I want to decorate my heart. Okay, so like I said, I've done quite a bit of the work ahead. So we can, showed you this. So one of the things that I am going to add to the heart is a little bit of foam adhesive, and I have it here. Let me just, like I said, I'm trying to clean up as we go, because otherwise at the end it's going to be a mess. So let's go ahead and add some foam adhesive, because I do want to add the dimension to the front. So I don't know, and I lost my scissors. Great. Great move. Oh no, I found them. I see them. That's what I said. Because I put a list of quite a few dies that I'm using, and I already have everything die cut here. So I have the die cuts on top of the die, so I know I can show you guys what it looks like. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't get that confused on this side. On this side over here, like on this side is all the die cut things. On this side, here's all the embellishment. So I have my, that's what I said, instead of going on the work table, which is the one that I have right next to my windows, I'm coming from the dining room table just because we have a bigger dining room table and you're able to see it. So I have my little shaker in place, not shake, I keep saying shake, but it's not a shaker, okay? So I'm gonna add color. Like I said, I am not going to use the flowers. I'm gonna bring some of the flowers from the collection. That way I get to use it too. So did you guys, by the way, while I'm working, because like I said, we're gonna work with ink, did you guys register for the Create and Connect? I'm just bringing some of the ink. I'm looking at a few colors. I wanna go with the greens for this. Did you guys register for the, for the event? Make sure you do. It's gonna be fun, Hi, Lori. So I'm gonna go super soft with the application of colors, okay? Because like I said, if it was me, it'd be like a lot of white, but I think we need a little bit of color here. So I'm gonna go super, super soft with this. And I thought about doing it ahead of time, but I was like, no, let me show you. So I'm just gonna go, just give it like a soft shadow of color. Okay, so like super soft. These are super tiny. And this looks so beautiful in a car. I've seen Sophie, which is in the design team. She uses them for her albums. And she has like these tiny little details to them. So I'm going to use a few of this this is Fresh Pear. And see, I'm just giving it like a soft shade of green. Now we're going to switch. Let's move the brush to another one. I'm going to use a little bit of mint. And again, remember this month, the challenge is all about rainbows. I'm going to use some of the ideas from rainbow for this. And who doesn't love a good rainbow? So I'm just going to use mint. Again, you want to go super soft with this. You just want like the little shadow. You already have the blue in the background. Just when you put it down, the white, you want a lot of the white to show. Okay. Again, if you don't like white, go ahead and color. You can cut this out of pattern paper. I wanted to have them like as solid as I can. You can cut it out of color cardstock if that's your jam. Go ahead. This is just my idea. And so we're going to just, like I said, gonna say super soft. So it just gives it like a hint of green onto the leaves. A little bit more to this one. And then we're ready to go. And so here we go. Put this away. I have all my inks on the side too. As for my table, thank God it's big. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. So now, carefully to the side here. Let's just play with that for now. So now here's where we're going to be artistic. And then remember, when we bring our back of the album, and you're going to put it here, remember that this is, you see, it looks crooked, but it's not. It's just because you have that thing here. Remember, this is going to tie down here. So you want to avoid having anything down here because you're going to have the tie of your album down there. You want to get your embellishment up here. I was thinking maybe in the corner here, title. So when you tie it back here, just so you have the idea. So when you tie it, you're not squishing anything. Okay, so make sure that you guys, keep that in mind when you're attaching your ribbon, because you can do that at the end or you can do it at the beginning, but when you attach your ribbon, make sure you bring your cover so you know where you're going to place it. You don't want to squish anything. So, okay, just keep that in mind. So let's move this back to where it's drying. What do I do mostly? I I read that. I do cars, not my, I am a, I'm not gonna, I do a scrapbook, but I think mostly what I do, and if anybody knows me, I document, which is a little bit different, which means I write and take pictures of my everyday life. So that goes mostly on my albums. Okay, so I do scrapbook pages, and they're for my children. I think I've said this before. The scrapbook pages that I create are not for me, maybe a few. I keep smaller albums like 6x8s and traveler's notebooks and stuff like that. That is what I want for me. Okay, so in case I haven't talked before, I keep the smaller format. First of all, because we live in an apartment, and pretty much I think I'm gonna stay in my apartment once my kids eventually, the law of life, they have to leave me. I'm sure my son is probably like, fist in the air right now when I said that, but can't keep them forever. I wish, but so the apartment, eventually their room, will become my scrappy room. I don't think I can do it. I like the fact that I get to scrapbook surrounded by my TV in the living room where I can see my mother, because my mother lives with us. Well, she's on vacation right now. So you're gonna see how I'm just gluing pieces in. Like while I'm talking, I'm just adding pieces. And I just want to make sure that I kind of follow the heart shape that I created here. So I found this big flower, and this is just filler. Okay. That's it. All I'm adding here. I think that's pretty much all I want to add. Okay, so super simple. Okay, so I'm going to glue this in place, and I'm going to, usually I add dimension, but I'm not on this case, like I said before, because I'm already adding dimension behind this. Okay, so we are going to just add a little bit of drop of glue. And like I told you before, I'm going to show you a little bit of how I do it. Once I am finished with the live, I will go and super glue everything in place, because if I do it start adding a lot of foam adhesive and stuff like that, guys, trust me, we'll be here until tomorrow. Okay, so especially with mini albums, they are fun to create. I find them beautiful. If you love them, then kudos to you. I already, as it is, why I'm not completely in love with them, fanning over them, is because I already scrapbook every day, scrapbook or document in traveler's notebooks in a 6x8. So already getting my fix out of the small style or the small size. Okay, so this is gonna need a little bit of foam adhesive. Yeah, I don't like this, it's too low. Probably okay right there. So I do make cars. I gotta admit it. One of the things that I love is watercolor. So I think that I'm okay at watercoloring. And lately I've been practicing a lot with my, what do you call them? The marker situation, the alcohol inks and stuff like that. I like all that stuff. I love mixed media. So I do use that to create, but I think that maybe when my kids, I know a lot of people say that once your kids move out, then you're going to become a card maker, full-time card maker. Maybe. I'm not saying no, I'm just saying for now, I think even if at that point, I still would like to be documenting what I eat. And I document everything, like what I ate, what I'm drinking. You guys are gonna laugh. One of my favorite things to drink is, I think a lot of you know, is coffee. Okay, so I have albums about coffee because, again, you guys can laugh all you want to. I'm okay. My husband, while we were in COVID, the first time that we went on to, what is it? Oh my God, I forgot the word. Quarantine, sorry, here in Canada. We couldn't go anywhere. Canada was like in really strict quarantine. So my husband gifted us, because I was a lover of, I am a lover of Starbucks. He bought us, because it's just the two of us who drink coffee, espresso machine we have at DeLonghi Dynamica. That was my Christmas birthday present. And I love him for it, because he knows that I have an obsession with coffee. I grew up drinking coffee. So I have an album all full of coffee cups, things that we try, things that, so just to give you an idea of what the things that I document. So I'm going to put it closer so you guys see it. So you see my cover? Very simple, because I want to add a title. Yeah, so that's going to go right there. Again, if you're a card maker, this is already give you an idea what you can create with your card. I'm not covering the entire heart. I'm trying to use the leaves to help me create, like, follow the shape of the heart. Like I said, my bow is down here, so I need to add like a title up here. Again, you can make it into a shaker. I don't want to make it into a shaker. I could go ahead. I was thinking that maybe I want to add like all full of dots at the back, but I'm not. I'm going to actually, this album, I'm not going to put pictures in it, but eventually it will be filled with my niece's pictures. My niece just turned 14 a couple of weeks ago. Well, no, April. I'm completely lost in time. Just to give, or probably my family. I don't know yet, but I know that I'm going to put family better. Let's switch it into a family. So I'm thinking that it's going to go like that. Okay, so that's why I don't glue everything in place. It's going to sit right there. Okay, so that's going to be my title. I might come with a tiny alphas and just add love down there because I have tons of pictures of my family. And again, if you guys have been to my lives, then you guys know that I adore my family. And most of it is in Ecuador right now, where my mother is enjoying them very much, and I do miss my mother. Another 2 weeks before she comes back from what was supposed to be our vacation, but it's okay. It's all good. She has been busy, but it's all good. Hopefully we're going to plan it and we can go next year for March break, all of us, like we had before. So there goes my title. And that way, when I add it to, I'm not going to glue it yet. When I tie it, the bow is going to be right there. So just so you have the idea. So I might go with the tiny alphas and I love down here. Because I'm going to show you. So you have an idea of, I think I've talked to it before. This is my aunt and my little cousin's kid. We have a shared Google account that I receive all the, see how nice it is. I receive all the pictures of my family. I'm not there to, but they know what I do. So they send it to me and I get to add it to my albums. So here's my title, tie up, ready to go. I'm going to set this aside and we're going to start building this. Okay. So log into this so you see it. I think it's time to start just putting this together. I have my signature, I have my cover, I have my back. Let's start building. Okay. There goes my album. Okay. Again, to make sure there's an accordion, you have to make sure that when you lift it up, I haven't glued it yet. I'm going to glue it right now. You can do this. Okay. So let's start from the back. Here. This has to go like this. So now here's where you get to be creative and we're going to decorate. I'm going to put some pages together. Now I am going to, for the sake of right now, I am going to just glue it with double-sided tape. If I have it right here. I brought all my tape, just in case. I might add some glue to some of them. Again, you can make it interactive. You're going to see that I actually cut pieces to make it interactive. And some of them are going to have it. So I'm going to be practical and glue just a little, what would you call it? Just creating the pocket. And again, you can do this to your cards too. So it's not just for scrapbooking. You can do that and add your gift cards to your cards this way. You can add money to your cards this way. There's a lot of things that you can do. Okay, so scrapbooking is fun and beautiful, and card making is, same thing. It's beautiful. But regardless of what you do, what a mini book is, like especially this size, is really a set of cards put together. That's pretty much the idea behind this. It's a set of cards put together. Okay, so garbage is going to go on the floor for today because. Okay, so we're going to start closing this up. Make sure that it's not crooked. There we go. So you're going to see. And then I have my little pocket created right there. Okay. And I'm going to go again. I'm going to do pretty much all of them like that. And then after, I'll decorate the rest. And then I should have done this, put the tape ahead, but I was like, ah. But again, if you don't want to add it, like you don't want it to be interactive, but you have a lot of pictures, and this is going to be also something that you might want to do because you can actually add more photos in between your signatures. For me, it's just because I'm going to add quite a bit of pictures to this. The final product that I'm going to show you when I actually finish decorating might not have the pictures. I'm warning you already. They might come after, but so just so you see it. So this one here is going to go this way. See how slowly I'm building it up. So not complicated at all. Simple. Okay. Like I said, if you choose not to add the dimension, then just fold the paper in half, and then you have. And you can go as many as you can, as you want. I have quite a few here, but I might just, for the sake of the project, just shorten it. So you guys get to see as much as you can. So I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to decorate some of this. And then I'll add more after. My God, it's like I'm fighting with my own tongue today. So let's just add tape to this here. I said I should have done ahead of time, but of course not. Sometimes I forget that I only have an hour, and I think that I can do so much in an hour, and it's not. An hour flies. So let's just do this, the last one. And then we're going to get to show you what some of the ideas that I have for the inside. Because I think that's what you guys are wanting to see most of. Once you have the structure down packed, and this, like I said, this is what we're doing right now, the structure of it. Decorating this is pretty simple. Think about doing literally card panels for each of your signatures. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. I might add a few more. But see how I want it to open? I want it to open like this. Okay, so you guys can see it. Let's just clean up the desk here so you guys can still have more signatures here, which might just stay on the side. My title. So the way that I want it to open is this way. Okay. And it's right there. So we have that ready. So I've already cut some papers. All these papers are cut down. Let's put it out of the way so you guys doesn't bug you. These papers are cut to 4 inches by 5 inches. Okay, so again, they fit as a card panel right there. Okay, you can trim it a little bit thinner if you want to. I'm okay with that. So I pulled papers from, let me see, I have quite a bit here. This is from the 12 by 12. These two are from the 12 by 12 Happy Heart. This one is from the 6 by 6 Life Right Now, and this is from the 12 by 12 Life Right Now. So like I said, a combination of the two papers. This circle, it was left over from another project. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this because I think it's going to help you. So I do, like I said, remember, I am going to add more stuff to this. Okay, so my idea, and I'm going to use another signature, the one that's going to go here. Here you see it. Okay, you're going to go right here. Okay, so what I do is I want to create like a run that is going to fill right there. Okay, so to do that, let's do this side. Let's get my little, where did I put my scoring board right here? Okay. I'm going to just find half. And this one here, again, this is going to be hard because, like I said, it was left over. I'm going to say around, what, 5 inches, 6 inches? Around 2. So let's just guesstimate and say 3. Little line here. Okay, so I'm going to help myself with put it on the 3. And remember, the same way that we score like the signature. So an 1/8 of an inch before. So regardless of how you do that, how you do this, let's see, an 1/8 and an 1/8. Let's do this properly, 3, yeah. Okay, you're gonna see. And I'm using literally leftovers. So like I said, this was what left over from a project that we did a couple of weeks ago on the live, actually from a live project. Yeah, so I have a little interest for my signature. Okay, so we're gonna take one of this that's already folded. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna go right there. You're gonna see Okay. So I'm going to cut this ahead of time because I want to make sure that, let's cut this ahead of time. I'm just going to, that's it. This is the hard part because, you know, having this little piece here makes it a little bit more difficult than when you fold it right in half. So we're going to be a little bit, remember mine are 5 and 5.25. So let's see if I can make them. This is around 5 and 3, almost 6. So I'm going to cut some of this here. You're going to see me fight with some of this right now. I wanted a 5.25, so more or less right there. Okay, I think it's, let's make sure. 5.25. Perfect. So this is the way, garbage on the floor, we'll sweep after. So this literally is gonna wrap right here. Okay, so you're gonna need to add your glue right here because this is the part that creates that fold for your signatures, and this part right here. Okay, you can make the circle smaller if you wanted to show it as a half a circle, like, you know, complete. I don't mind having the straight line at the bottom. I'm just trying to read your comments at the same time. So let's see, I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it right here. Okay, let's put a little bit of pressure. So open this up. And this, you can do triangles, you can do squares, you can do your punch edges or your, like, you know, die cut edges, and there we go. So you have pocket and you have a pocket, and it looks nice on your arm. So easy as that, you already have created into it. And if, when you open it, it's gonna look like this. Okay, so simple things that you can add to your album that will make it fun. So I'm gonna start moving stuff in order that I have here. So there's some things that I have. I use this is the classic tags with fillable elements, and I cut a few of the tags. Okay. To, again, let me put this away because, you know, I want to make sure that after nothing is going to give me a heart attack. Here it is. So these ones here, literally you can add them here. Okay, and I'm gonna add string after. So you can add photos or you can add you know, more stuff to it. I'm gonna leave them for now. I'm gonna leave them there just so you see what you can do with it. Like I said, just be careful because I have already the pockets here. Sorry, I moved it. I don't want to add more pockets there. Instead, I'm going to use this. Of course, it's super glued now. Send it up. And I cut this from the Happy Heart collection. You're going to see the one is the cut apart cards. Okay, so here we go. You can add your lines or journal. You can add more pictures to it. I might add more tags here. I don't know yet. But there you go. So slowly we're building this up. Remember, I still have more signatures here. So it's depends on how big you want to make. Now, another thing that I cut, this right here. This is from the Happy Heart collection. And what I did is I cut my paper. If I'm not mistaken, this is 10 inches. Let me just confirm for you guys. I have a ruler right here. Oh, it's 9 inches now because I cut it from some leftover that I have. And again, that's one of the reasons why I decided to do a mini, because I have leftover pieces of paper that are gonna stay as leftovers if I don't use them. So what I did is I used it, and you're gonna see I'm gonna bring more stuff that I use with this. I used the Lacy Edgers, Essential Lacy Edgers #1 to do this. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with that. I'm just gonna, I have the little brush here, but I should have done that again. You know, when you get ideas, I actually pulled everything, you know, because I had to add it to the list so you guys know what I was using. And then as soon as I finished, I'm like, okay, let me start cutting the pieces. So I had all the pieces ready, but I was like, so now this, okay, bring your album back out. Okay. This here, it's gonna go into form this, and we're gonna put it at the back. Okay. So your album, Again, we're gonna need the scoring board, which I have behind me. Okay. Remember, this is my album is 5 1/4. The signatures are 5 1/4. So I'm gonna mark this at 5. We should have done it this way. Yeah? Sorry, card makers. Okay. Fold in. Right here, making sure that it's nice and neatly folded. Good. Okay. Open it up. It's gonna go right there. So you're gonna have that. You can add a big photo down here. You can add something up there. But for now, like I said, I want to build it with you guys, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to start embellishing it, but I'm not going to finish that online. Not online. I'll finish that outside of the camera. Okay. So, and again, this one, you can use the same idea for your cards and stuff like that. It works perfect for your scrapbooking layouts. It works the same idea. I'm just going to press, and then you have it. Okay. So try to find something that, like, don't go with writing. If you go with something that has print or writing, make sure that, the writing, it's legible when you do this, or if you have in any design that it actually makes sense when you do this. That's what I went with something that had leaves, because they can go either way. Okay, so we have that. You see how easily we're creating this? Now, let me just put this aside. Looking at the time, yeah, we still have time. So more ideas. Yeah, so I am a fan of having, remember, something solid, something with patterns, so that you break kind of the you have a rhythm to your layouts or your projects, and something that is going to bring focus. So if I have this here, I do want to, if you want to, you can add pattern paper here. I think it's too much. However, because you have this white space here, and I'm cutting my pieces of paper a little bit smaller, the white edge that I'm creating is actually going to work as a break for your pattern. So think of it when you have a CAD file and you add all those color paper, but you have that frame for each one of the pieces, then that is what pretty much leaving a panel, like cutting the paper a little bit smaller, is going to do for your album. So it's going to allow you to, in this case, for example, here, add pieces of paper, because you have that white space is framing it. So, however, I don't want to do that. Not because I like it. I want to go with something a little bit more solid. This one has a lot of patterns, and it's going to compete with this. If I go with something that is a little bit more on the solid side, can I see that I can read this better than if I put this? So try to play with your patterns. If I have this, it still looks white, but there's a little bit of competition. If I go with something that is a little bit more solid, then I don't have that much competition. It kind of flows nicely on your page. Okay, so this is going to be my choice. Again, I can go ahead and probably say, let's just, glue it on the sides and make it interactive. However, I'm just leave it as it instead. Okay, like I said, I did a lot of work ahead of time, guys. I went and cut, this is the folk edge squares from the essential line. I cut 2 of the medium squares. I want to create a frame. I want my picture to be framed here. Okay, because remember, I probably will put the embellish. We're going to try to do as much as I can. Okay, so let's get started. Here's one. I need double-sided tape. And that's what I said, having that white as a base. You can go with pattern paper if you want to. I prefer working my albums with white, especially like this, because you're going to see how it kind of frames each one of the pattern, each one of the panels. Yeah, you can go big and small with the patterns. That's fine too. But just to give you an example, okay, just so you have an example, better example. See, when you have this here next to each other, it doesn't make sense. See how it completely clashes? If you have with this is from the 6x6, it like mixes a little bit, but still looks a little bit busy, just because it's like gonna say like a smaller pattern. But if you go with something that is more like plain, more on the solid side of things. And this is from the cut apart from the Happy Heart paper. And it's like a ledger on the other side. That's where I cut the tags from because I can write on them. It looks more as a solid. So that's what I went with that. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm actually going to add my picture right there. See? By adding my picture there, that I know that I'm going to add a title here. I might add a photo here and another picture down here. I don't cut much because I don't know what I'm going to add after, but just so you have the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue this quickly. And then I usually just leave I glued the bottom part, same as the, oh my God, I'm getting like all rid of here. Same as I did for my tags. I'm just doing 2 of them so it gives it a little bit of like a, what do you call it? Like makes it more sturdier, like, you know, the frames, adds a little bit of dimension. But when I glue it onto my page, because I haven't added the picture, if I had the picture, I usually probably would back my picture and glue it right there. But because I don't have that, I'm going to add glue just here. So let me just go with my double-sided tape so I can slip the picture out. And that's what keeping your negative pieces of your die cut sometimes comes in handy so that you know how much to cut out of them. And I haven't pulled out the little dots of it. I don't mind it if they're there. Like of the frame. If that bugs you, go ahead and take them out. To me, it is not making or breaking it right now. Okay, so right there. Okay, here is the area where I can lift it and my picture can slide. I have my lens journal back here. Okay, so you see how this is working nicely together. And I've done the same with the circles because I know that because I added something round, I need to also copy that somewhere along the line. Okay, I'm just reading what you guys said. I'm trying to read a little bit while I go along. And then, of course, it's going to be like, you know, probably a title will come here. See, or maybe some flowers, which I'm thinking is probably the way to go just because I have the leaves there. Some flowers, and then just like a little title like that. So mini scrapbook page or a mini card, that's pretty much what I'm building. So it just gives you an idea of how I will decorate it. So like I said, I am not going to decorate it. I'm going to give you the idea of what it would look like so that you know. Looks so easy. I did quite a bit of work ahead of time. That's why it looks easy right now. It's not, mini albums are not super easy. They are easy. They're fun to put together. That's the best way to do it. They're fun to put together. Okay, so now let's just decorate this so you also have an idea of what it's going to look like. So I have things, I pulled a lot of things here. So this is from the Happy Heart, no, sorry, Life Right Now collection. This is it right now. So I'm going to just cut this out with my scissors. And like I said, I'm going to show you how to build most of these pages and I'll decorate them after. And I'll probably put like a little video for you guys to see it. I'm not going to just show you pictures. So this probably will go right here. See, not in the, you can put it in the center. You can put a picture here, but I think you need something that is going to kind of like, you know, break that. Because once you open this, then you can add another picture here. Let me see if I have, you see it, just so it gives you an idea. You can add 2 photos. Actually, you know what? I have the leftover pieces here. But I think sometimes it works better when we see mats on the mini albums. So these are 2x2s. So I probably will go 1, 2. Okay. I have a lot of family, guys. So, you know, don't kid yourselves. I can fill 10 of these albums all together and still need more space for my family. I probably go 3. Okay, and just to show you, I'm just going to lightly just kind of tack it to the page. Okay. Like I said, I'm not a mini album person, but I do enjoy making them. It's, you know, it is something that I probably will build to give to my family, like to give to my mom or to give to, well, not my mom, because she lives with me. So she probably put in her, just go from my living room to her room. So it's not that big. But my sister, she likes this thing. Like she has a little entrance table, and you can see like there's layouts that I created. A lot of the pictures, could I take the picture for my family? So you see them in her table. So you see how I'm going? So when you close it, you only see this. You don't see much. But when you open it, see, I'm tacking this. It's not like completely glued down. So, okay. So you see what the difference it makes? If you see it just like that, it doesn't bug you. It's like, it's closed, but if you open it, it just gives you more space for pictures, okay? So here, I think you need to add this. Remember, just follow some design. Think of it as zigzag, okay? So we have something here that something has to come up here. So here, think of a triangle. Think of it as zigzag when you're decorating your things. Just so you have, your eye is gonna ride the wave, okay? So that's what we're doing. Okay, so something's gonna be right here. We might bring another floral, but I'm thinking that I want to add. And again, I'm not going to glue things in place yet until I know that what photo is gonna go there, but I want to probably add this here. Might be a little bit too big, not necessarily. And what things I cut ahead of time too, these are, I'm gonna bring them here. These are the Artistic Blossoms die cuts. So I've cut them out of white cardstock. And what I will do to this ones, because I already have that, is I'll probably take a few of this and just add them in. Just so that I bring more white, I want to make sure that right now it's legible. I don't want to add a flower because it'll be overpowering this part. Okay, so you don't want to add flower. You want to keep something more neutral. I just think the camera is too big. So let's go with something a little bit smaller. You know what? Let's go with this one. Much better. Okay, it's gonna cover the ones right there. So I like that there. I'm gonna probably, like I said, I'm gonna build like a little cluster here. So it's not that I want to cover the leaves that I have behind it, but in a way I do. And I'm gonna add color to this. I'm gonna use the same that I use for the cover. So I'll probably just go like that. Okay, so let's do this right now quickly. Let's move this. Like I said, I cut. You guys, if you see my table, you're gonna be like, oh my God. Even I was going, oh good Lord, this is so much. Again, so we can cement this in place. Let's move this out of the way. Put this here. It's gonna go there. Let's add some color to this. With some, what do we have? Some coral reef and a little bit peach fuzz, because we already have pink in there. A little bit of metal. Yeah. So we're gonna do this again. Quickly, a little bit of mint. Again, you just want shadows. You want to keep a lot of the white kind of as the main color, because you're gonna add pictures, whether they're in color or anything. You want to keep as much as your decorations kind of on the neutral side. And I'm gonna add this, make it all green. Okay. So you just want to add a little bit of shadow for this one. Again, we're gonna add a little bit of mint. Just like a little bit of a shadow of color, not a lot. You can leave them white, completely up to you. My gosh, for this, go with coral reef. Okay, so let's go with this again, just at the bottom here. I'm just gonna take some and kind of just on the petals at the bottom. Just a little bit of shadow. Okay, put this away. And then for the little center of the flower, I'm gonna go with a little bit of apricot. So just a tiny bit here. There you go. Simple as that. Okay. I'm gonna take this and we're gonna put it away. Okay, let's bring this here. So we build this part. You see, so click it right now. And make it a little bit towards the right of the page. Garbage. You didn't see that. My mother's not here. Thank God. Otherwise, she'd be like, what are you doing? Okay. We're going to keep this together with love. Okay, so take this out. So we're going to put this here, there. Right now, we're going to make sure that this reads right there. So how are we doing that? And then the extra, I just cut it after. But you see how slowly you're building it? Again, you might fold a little bit. It's okay. So then I'll decorate this part here. Okay, you have a space here. Let's just tack this after. Nothing moves because the time is flying. Like I said, the wonderful part will be right here. Picture will go there, maybe a little bit lower so it doesn't. Be mindful of where it's going to fold, okay? So I don't mind if things are sticking out. I just don't want to make sure that right there, okay? Like I said, I'm going to decorate it and I'll add the finished product after. Okay, so here we go. This folded because it's too long, so I might have to actually make it a little bit shorter. And for that, I'm gonna do it the quicker way. Remember, when you open this, you have to be mindful that your flowers are gonna fall. So make them short, make them right at the edge. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so I have this here. This coming apart, see? I might just have it for a big picture, or I also have circles just to follow the idea because I can put my journal in here or more pictures. I have circles, so the same idea as before. And these are not like, just because we have the same look. So I might just add them here. I might go with something that is going to be in the background. See, this works much better here because you have that break of the solid here. Okay. Now you're gonna get the big frame there for one picture, then the small frame for another picture, or for your title, whichever way. But that's the way it's gonna be. So it's gonna bring the circles from this onto this. It's gonna bring the edging from here onto here. It's gonna bring the circles that are gonna continue into here. So you see how slowly I'm just creating that. Let me take it over so you can see. I'm creating that like soft transition and that flow of everything in place. So you see how slowly I'm doing that. So I'm gonna get this out of, fold it. Again, this opens up like this. So if you close it, goes like that. I want to show you one more before I go. Yes. Sorry, Heather. It's really going, oh my God, Nathalie. So, this is going to open like this. I'm not going to close it. I'll do it outside of the camera. But what I did is, and I know that you guys are going to like it. I cut this. This is, I think, a 3 3/8. Yeah, 3 1/4 or something like that. And I cut this one here is 3 inches in height. This one here is only 2 inches. So this is the next signature going to go there. So I'm going to do a double pocket here. Literally, I'm going to take my double-sided tape. I'm going to glue it right at the bottom part of this. Okay. And then you can actually go here and then just cheat. Okay. So you see it. Okay. I'm cheating, but I'm creating 2 places for my picture or your envelope. So whatever you want to add here. So super simple. Okay. I'm going to go like that. So let's go ahead and glue this in place. I'm just going to use my little here. So the trick is you're going to get the first one, cut it, create your C, because you want to make sure that you are glued all the way up. This is be great for your cards. It's a great place to add, like, you can add your pictures, you can add tags. Okay, so we're going to go right at the bottom here. Okay, going to kind of center in this. Now this one here, same thing. Okay. We're gonna add the glue. I'm hoping you can see it. Yes, you can see it. I'll just lift up my head and check that you guys can see. Okay, this is gonna come up here. We're almost done, guys. And this, we're just gonna kind of sneak it a bit there, right there. Okay, so now you have a pocket here for one thing. So I'm just gonna pull the tag so you see it. Okay, so you have a pocket for one, and then you have a smaller pocket for another one. Is that okay? I don't want to fight with this, so it goes here somewhere for now. Okay, and this one will come in here. So you have the empty space for something here. You have the empty space here. Let's go with our cover. This one will have to come. Remember, this one will be right here like this. Yeah. And then we'll have our cover. I think I screwed up already. Yep. Because that's missing. Yeah, this one will come like this. Yeah. And then this one will have to come right like this. So I'm doing fine. Yes. Just I haven't glued this in place. I have to be careful of how I show them to you guys, so you guys don't think that I'm breaking anything. And then this is in place. Will come in here. Am I right? No, I screwed up. Yeah, because I put this backwards. Yeah, I see I did this backwards, but oh, that's what I should have glued it in place first. It's okay, this goes at the back soon. Yeah, this goes towards the back. That's why I messed up. But you get the idea. You see, I messed up at the end. This will go right here. That makes more sense. Then the other signature, and then my final signature will be right here. Okay, let's just move it out of the way too. Because otherwise we're gonna end up not doing this on time. Title. Get the other signature here. And the other signature is right here. Okay, so I still have the pieces here. So you see it. Okay. This is the way it ties up. You open it. Just might as well glue this in place because we know that it's going to go there. And I'm going to tack it quickly. Like I said, I'll make sure that I secure it after. Perfect. So just to make sure that it secures, I'm going to tack this here. Yeah, so this has to be tacked. My glasses are falling down. Yeah, so this one will go right here. Just quickly tacking it. So I can open it for you guys to see the final result. And like I said, I'm gonna, after I finish this, I'm going to actually finish embellishing so you guys can see it. I screwed up this up, didn't I? Okay. For some reason, okay, because this goes here. Yeah, so let me just tack it in place here. I have a double. See, when I'm rushing through this stuff, I'm trying to make sure that I don't take more of your time to show you all of this. Here, squish. This goes here. That's the way. Squish. Okay, so let's take a look. Hopefully it doesn't come apart while you open it. So this will be tied together. Something here is loose. Okay, here. And I'm setting that because I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna add that after, but you saw how I build. So this will be tied here. Okay. For now, you're gonna open it. Take your cover. See, it's coming apart because it's not glued fully. Yeah, I gotta glue that up, but it will open like this. And I fold it this time. So you have the idea of how it works. Okay, I'm gonna close it again here. And my title is, for some reason, right here. Okay, so I'm gonna finish it after, and I'll post a video so you guys can see it. And I have a few more pieces here, and you'll see them. These are just gonna become with the heart that I have left over, there'll be a decoration in the inside of the pages. And that's it for me. Everything else I'm going to decorate. I'm sure that it took a little bit longer than I should have. Sorry, Heather. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. So you have an idea how easily you can create a mini album. Just, you're going to need a few hours and, pull out your pictures and just have fun with it. Just remember, think of the flow of your album. So I'm going with circles. Okay. Just going to move this out of the way for now. So I'm kind of keep the same idea. I'm just going to remember, this is going to pull like an accordion. This way, this is folding right there. I'm not touching this down yet. Okay, so let me move it so you guys see it. And I do have pockets here. And I put my pocket over here. And I have more space. I'm going to finish the other ones up here when I actually have space on my table. But there you go, guys. Again, you can add pictures here, or you can add embellishments. You can add your journaling pieces. It'd be a great place for all of them. Let's just, I haven't typed this. Let's just do that quickly. And then Heather's going to pick up a winner. Remember, if you share this or you commented through the process, we always pick a winner at the end of the project. Sorry, guys, time is never our friends. Okay, so here, and I have my title page here and the title. So there we go. And still there's a big mess on my table, but that'll be cleaned up after. But there you go, guys. Super simple. It's just, like I said, it's a little bit of time consuming, but it's a really fun time consuming project. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to sit down because I need to. And then I'm going to flip the camera. I'm sure Heather is picking up a winner. And then I'm going to see you guys. And then we are going to, I'm going to see you guys. So hopefully I don't turn off the camera because I'm good at doing that too. Oh, there you go. See, I'm all sweaty for the lights. But like I said, if we have more time, we'll sit down and do all of this, as much as you want to. But, we're a little bit tight on time. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to wait until Heather picks up. If you have any questions, Virginia Lopez, you're the winner. Make sure you email Leah at Pinkfresh Studio to claim your gift certificate. Give her a few days. She gets a lot of emails from a lot of people. So, just give her some time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Congratulations to the winner. Don't forget, I think you still have time to actually sign up for the Create event, for the scrapbooking event. It is going to be fun. You will see me there, or I'll be there. I'll be like you guys, like fun and on everything. As always, thank you, Heather, for helping me and being the one that can read the comments. As always, thank you so much, guys. And I hope to see you soon. And we'll do a layout next time. I promise. Something simple, something that we can start and finish within the hour. So, but like I said, I'm going to, because I don't want to leave it half done. I'm actually going to work on it right now. And then I promise by tomorrow to share all the final product. So thank you so much. Thank you, Heather. Have a great week, guys. I'll see you soon.